Fox News alert, the Minnesota fraud fallout is nothing short of a massive snowball speeding down a mountainside. House Oversight Republicans just announcing this morning they are taking action as of next week. This is the Faulkner Focus. I'm Julie Banderas in for Harris today. So the committee has set two hearings. The first one is a week from today, and it's going to include testimony from 3 Minnesota state Republicans. The second is set for early February. The committee has invited both Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Attorney General Keith Ellison to testify. Now, the Trump administration also comes out with new action. The Health and Human Services Department is freezing all child care payments to Minnesota. It is also demanding a comprehensive audit of daycare centers statewide as an avalanche of fraud allegations have been exposed as Democratic leaders just did nothing. Here's White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt.
I want your audience to understand this is a top priority for the administration. The Department of Justice, as we speak, is continuing to execute search warrants and subpoenas. People will be in handcuffs as a result of the fraud that Governor Walz has allowed to occur for many, many years. Our entire administration is working around the clock to get to the bottom of it, and President Trump is not going to let Governor Walz off the hook.
Fraud in Minnesota's taxpayer-funded childcare system, by the way, has been documented well before this most recent scandal. In fact, back in 2018, a state probe into a daycare found that operators were paying parents to drop off their kids, only to pick them up just a few minutes later. And that probe netted 2 guilty pleas, in fact. Then back in 2019, a whistleblower was sounding the alarm on daycare fraud. What happened about it? Nothing. Meantime, Minnesota Republicans say all of this was met with inaction by Governor Walz.
It does appear he broke the law. What we have to substantiate is that it was directly from him. We have, documents and reports about his chief of staff and others from his administration. But so we're looking into that.
House Majority Leader Steve Scalise here to weigh in. But first, we're going to get to Garrett Tenney with more on this. Hi, Garrett.
Yeah, Julie, HHS is now the latest federal agency to take action against the state of Minnesota by actually freezing any funds that would go towards these programs that are suspected of fraud. This specific program HHS is pausing funding for provides $185 million for child care support. There's also the $5.5 million in grants the Small Business Administration has cut off. So we're now up to more than $190 million. And they could get an even bigger hit coming up with the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services threatening to cut off more than $2 billion in funding if the state doesn't show it's taking action to address the fraud by the end of January. A big reason HHS says it is freezing this particular funding is because they haven't been able to get assurances from the state that these allegations of fraud are being properly addressed.
Any dollar stolen by fraudsters is stolen from those children. Yesterday, I spoke directly with the director of the Minnesota Child Care Services Office. She could not tell me with confidence whether those allegations of fraud are isolated or whether there's fraud stretching statewide.
These investigations into fraud across Minnesota are vast. They involve more than 100 agents from multiple federal agencies, and they're looking into more than a dozen programs that prosecutors believe had more than $9 billion in taxpayer money stolen.
Our Homeland Security investigators, hundreds are on the ground. They're knocking doors. They're going to local businesses. They're going to these sites where we believe that there is rampant fraud, whether it be daycare centers, healthcare centers, or other organizations that take taxpayer dollars.
You mentioned the first of those newly announced House hearings on the fraud in Minnesota will be a week from today. And we're now waiting to hear if Governor Tim Walz will agree to testify at the second hearing in February. We have reached out to his office, and of course, we'll keep you updated. Julie?
Garrett Tenney, thank you very much. Yeah. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise, Republican of Louisiana, joins me now. Thank you so much for talking to us on New Year's Eve. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Julie. Good to be with you.
So the most disturbing part about this story is that it's not a new revelation. Okay, there have been well-documented investigations into Somali daycare fraud for roughly 6 years now. And then just yesterday, we reported on that 2015 investigation that netted 2 guilty pleas. Yet, despite that, the fraud continued, meaning that Minnesota has gone from ineptitude to arguable criminality. Do you agree?
Yeah, and the complicity we think goes to the highest level. It's why we're being very aggressive with our oversight. You see Chairman Comer just announced this morning, we've been working very closely to get those state reps who have been giving us a lot of information to come and testify and continue to lay out this case, but then to bring in ultimately Tim Walz himself and Keith Ellison. They've got tough questions to answer. There obviously are serious criminal probes already going on by the Trump administration, who I applaud. And think about this, Julie. This was going on during the Biden years, and they just, for the most part, were asleep at the wheel. It seemed like Tim Walz just didn't care. The Democrat administration was looking the other way. And this is billions, not millions, billions in taxpayer fraud that was going on. People are irate. Minnesotans should be furious, but Americans all across the country. This is Medicaid money. This is child care money. This is money to help low-income people, to help seniors, all being stolen and defrauded. People need to go to jail. You're going to see the administration continue to be very aggressive, as are we in the House. We're being very aggressive in our investigation. The Trump administration, through Justice Department, through FBI, they have an all-hands-on-deck approach to this as well as need be. We need to see people go to jail so it never happens again anywhere. Minnesota clearly has got a major problem that's been going on for years, but other states that are thinking of doing this kind of fraud as well, it can't be allowed to happen.
Let's talk about the investigation, because the Department of Homeland Security is reviewing immigration and naturalization cases involving migrants from 19 countries of concern, including Somalia. And it's looking to determine whether any individuals obtained American citizenship through fraud that could warrant denaturalization. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer called for the deportation of all Somalis guilty of fraud in Minnesota, saying this, and I quote, "Our nation will not tolerate those who take advantage of our charity and refuse to assimilate into our country, into our culture." Considering a whistleblower first flagged this issue back in 2019, and a YouTuber was able to find it flourishing in 2025, I mean, how glaring of a failure in oversight is this by elected officials, specifically by Walz? And I want to know, who's going to be held accountable?
Yeah, well, clearly, if that YouTuber, and I've seen some of those videos, and he was very aggressive, he found it out in some cases in just a couple of days of going around Minnesota talking to people. This was all going on right under Tim Walz's nose. And his agencies, by the way, ran these programs. These are federal dollars, which is why we're involved in the oversight and investigation, but they're run by the state. Tim Walz's agencies have run this program for years and have had to have known that this was going on. When we bring them in, believe me, those are going to be very tough questions that Governor Walz himself will be asked. Did you know about it? Did people under you know about it, participated? Did any of your friends profit off of this? There was a lot of profit being made by a lot of people stealing money.
Yeah, where is that money? I would love to
terrorist organizations.
Follow the money trail and find out who actually reaped some of the rewards from that money. And I wonder who's on that list. I mean, we're talking billions of dollars.
And as you're seeing from the Department of Homeland Security, people will be deported if they lied on their applications, and they should be.
All right, let's switch gears now. As we head into the new year and the midterm elections obviously close in, House Republicans are looking back at their accomplishments in 2025. House Speaker Mike Johnson this week with a piece published in the Wall Street Journal, and he highlights what he calls one of the most productive first years of any Congress in our lifetimes. He writes this: House Republicans passed 441 bills. We voted to codify 70 of President Trump's America First executive orders, clawed back billions in wasteful spending, and repealed 23 harmful Biden-era regulations. Families will also benefit from tax exclusions for tips and overtime, real tax relief for seniors, an expanded child tax credit, and tax-free savings accounts for every newborn American. Now, new polling shows voters need some convincing, though, when it comes to both sides of the aisle. In fact, in a recent poll, voters were given congressional Democrats a rating, and they gave it a record low job approval of just 18%. Republicans fare much better at 35%. But that's certainly a number that you'd like to see go up, correct?
Absolutely. And, as you look at just the one big beautiful bill, the Working Families Tax Cut, that Speaker Johnson alluded to in that great op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, which I recommend everybody go read. There were so many great provisions for working families in that bill, and a lot of people still haven't seen the benefits of it yet. When you file your return next year, average families are going to get about $1,500 back on April 15th. That's usually a date people don't look forward to.
Right.
A lot of people are going to benefit from it, and they'll see that benefit then. We need to continue doing that work, and we just laid the groundwork. We are just getting started, but every Democrat voted against almost every one of those bills you mentioned. And that's why I think you see the disparity, why Republicans are doing better, because we're fighting for working families, and Democrats voted to raise your taxes. Democrats voted for an open border. Democrats voted against every one of those provisions to put more money back in the pockets of working families, and the lower costs, just energy costs. Look at that. In energy costs alone, we're already paying less money when you go to the pump, when you pay your household electricity bill, but it's still not enough. We want to do more. We will do more. But it'd be nice if we had some Democrat votes to help us with this narrow majority. But even still, Republicans came together with the narrowest of majorities to get big things done for working families. And we're going to keep fighting for those working families who gave us this mandate. We're only not even a year in, almost a year in to that first term. We've got a lot more work to do. President Trump never sleeps. He's working not only for helping families here at home, getting world peace around the globe, fighting inflation, lowering interest rates. Look at what the president has done to push the Federal Reserve to lower interest rates. So first-time home buyers can get more relief if you want to maybe move and buy a new home. All of those things are coming in the new year. We've got to keep working, and we're going to keep our nose to the grindstone as we root out the fraud that we talked about. There's a lot of money, billions being stolen from taxpayers as we're trying to get this economy back on track. So controlling spending, getting a healthy economy moving again, lowering energy costs, all those things help working families when you talk about your pocketbook, when you think about the cost of things at the grocery store, everywhere else you go. You want affordability? The affordability agenda is the Republican agenda that unfortunately every Democrat has voted against because they're moving to the socialist left. The Mamdani wing of the party has taken over the Democrat Party. They want more of your money for government, for big government, for government control, to rack up debt, which is increasing inflation. We're going the opposite direction finally, and it's going to take more time to keep this going, but it's heading in the right direction. We just need to keep doing more of these things with the Republican majority, working with President Trump.
Yep, and we possibly look forward to lower interest rates and perhaps the capital gains tax being lowered as well. So that is something else to look forward to. Congressman Steve Scalise, thank you very much for talking to us today, and have a happy new year.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.